Hello and welcome back. Knowingly or unknowingly, whenever you go to a shop for buying some kind of glue, in other words adhesive, we always ask for Fevicol. Fevicol is nothing more than an epoxy compound, but over the years, it has become a synonym for adhesive and a strong brand. But how did Fevicol become such a strong brand? Well, in this video, we will talk about some of the smart strategies used by Pidilite, the parent company of Fevicol, to become the leader of adhesive market. So, let's get started. The story starts in 1959 when Balwant Parekh, a lawyer, left his law profession and started working in a small carpenter shop as a peon. While working there, he realized that there was a huge potential of adhesive market in India, which was highly unorganized. At that time, animal-based fat was used and the making process behind it was quite laborious and unhygienic. Balwant Parekh just alternated the solution for that fat-based adhesive and studied the market deeply. This leads us to the first market strategy used by Fevicol, which was consumer-based approach. All the companies focused on hardware shops to sell their products and were interested in retailers. Pidilite saw a market gap where instead of selling their goods to big traders, or in other words going B2B, they targeted consumers and more precisely the carpenters, which were the actual influencers of adhesive market. Balwant Parekh identified that the end users were not ordinary consumers but the carpenters. Well, let's say if you want to make a cupboard, you would tell the carpenter to bring things that were necessary to build one and then submit the bill to you. So it was indirectly the carpenter's choice to purchase certain adhesive. Now, how would they reach the carpenters then? So here comes the next strategy where Pidilite created the Fevicol Champions Club. It was a training club where all the carpenters were invited as well as were given with all the necessary tools, equipments and the wood required. But the trap here was that the carpenters were provided with Fevicol as the adhesive, so that the carpenters can make creative things using Fevicol, which was just a brilliant move. No one ever thought that by this simple move, the demand for Fevicol would just shoot up. Now whichever carpenter left the club went to the hardware store and asked for Fevicol as he learned making things, in other words learned carpentry with the help of Fevicol. The demand for Fevicol was so much that there were huge queues of retailers outside the factory where Fevicol was made. But there was a huge problem here as the dependency of Fevicol solely dependent on carpenters who used to buy Fevicols in bulk ranging from 1 kg to 100 kgs. Though the strategy was designed to target carpenters, they needed to spread all around the market to each and every consumer, as glue is almost used everywhere, whether it's making a cupboard or sticking paper. But the question here is that how can an ordinary consumer buy a 1 kg of Fevicol to just stick a ordinary paper? Which leads us to the next strategy of Fevicol, which was packaging innovation and sizing. They repositioned their product for the entire market now, which means they created two different segments. First, they focused on variety by adding a new line of products like Dr. Fix-It for waterproofing, Fevikwik for permanent bonding, and M-Seal which was used for sealing, joining and fixing. They also created Fevistick that targeted paper-to-paper sticking for craft hobbies and office purpose, which was clean as well as mess-free adhesive. Secondly, they focused on quantity. They created different sizes of packaging from 10 grams up to certain kilos. Well, this is where things get interesting. Well, what if I say that Pidilite products like Fevicol never make money out of those 10-20 rupees Fevicol tubes or bottles they sell? So the question here is that if they don't earn money, why are they selling them? There is a long-term game hidden here. Let's say you are a 12-year-old school-going child and bought 10 rupees Fevicol to stick paper. When you get 18 years old, you bought 60 rupees bottle of Fevicol for some school project. You are big enough now, and as you have used Fevicol this many years, now for building your own house furniture, what will you use? The answer is Fevicol. For waterproofing your house, what will you use? Dr. Fix-It, which is the Pidilite product. So in simple words, Fevicol does not make profit by selling small quantity but capture little space in your mind and life, which is to some extent also referred to as brand hammering. This is a technical term also called upselling. One question still arises in your curious mind that how did Fevicol beat its competitors? This leads us to the next strategy, which is crushing the market. Pidilite crushed its competitors by acquiring a lot of companies. While under Pidilite, there are nearly around 20 companies like Steel Grip, M-Seal, Falcofit, Araldite, Roff, etc., out of which only a few of them are created by Pidilite. No matter what kind of adhesive you buy, the revenues will be directed to Pidilite. The last but not the least was Pidilite's brilliant marketing strategy. The most intelligent trick for Fevicol success was its humor marketing. The company uses humorous situations in its advertisements and usually does not include any celebrities. Well, why not celebrities? Because Fevicol and M-Seal have become a brand rather than a product. The star of the ad is the product itself as well as the emotions they build while creating the ads. Another example of humorous marketing was presence of Fevicol brand in Bollywood movie Dabangg 2 that had a song Chipka Le Saiya Fevicol Se, which starred Salman Khan and Kareena Kapoor Khan, which just strengthened their brand name. In 2014, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, mentioned Fevicol while stating the relationship between India and Japan as stronger than Fevicol.